Hey book friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paula and in today's video we are talking about my October TBR. So for the month of October, I am actually focusing on my Kindle Unlimited reads. So the books on my Kindle Unlimited TBR are my focus for this month. There are going to be a few audiobooks that I listen to as well that are not part of this. I started the Sutter Lake series in September, so I want to finish that in October. But in today's video, I am going to focus just on my TBR from Kindle Unlimited. So the first two books on my TBR are Blindside and Fair Catch by Candy Steiner. I believe these are both football romances. I've heard a lot of people talk about Blindside. Fair Catch, not as much, but I have heard some people talk about it. I'm actually going to get to meet Candy Steiner next May at a book signing here in Western Canada, which I'm super excited about. So I definitely want to start working through some of her books. And I feel like football is the perfect sport to kind of read about in the fall. So I'm really excited to read those two books. Next up is I want to start the Salacious Players Club series by Sarah Kate. So we're going to hopefully read Praise. I've heard a lot of people talk about this series and I want to be able to read one of them to see if I like it, because if that's the case, I may buy the men covers because I know they are eventually going to go away, because she did sign the series over to traditional publishers. So I want to be able to read the first one to see if I like it, and then if I do, I may just buy them all physically as well, because I really like the look of these covers. But I'm super excited to read about this one. This is like ex-boyfriend's father, I think, which I love. Obviously age gap, things like that. So definitely excited to read this one. And then the next one that I'm super excited to read is I want to work through the Off Balance series. So I do have the Off Balance series as one whole giant ebook, but Lucia Franco put the Balance series on KU for 90 days. So it will only be up, I believe, until about Christmas, maybe a little bit past that. So if you've wanted to read the Off Balance series, go get it on Kindle Unlimited, because if you download it all and then it gets taken off of KU, as long as it's still on your Kindle, you can still read it. So I've already read book one. I read that last year, I believe, or like January of this year. So I want to read book two, which I believe is Execution. This story follows Rhea and Kova. Again, this has been on my list for a long time. I know so many people love this series. The Teacher Rachel, That's All Book Girl, Cheyenne, McKay at Oh Hey It's McKay, Caitlin the Love Librarian, they all rave about this series. So I need to finish it. So we are putting it on the TBR for this month because it is now on Kindle Unlimited. Next up is a sort of spooky vibe. I don't know a lot about it, but it is Hollow Heathens by Nicole Fiorina. I have read her Stay With Me series, which is right here, and absolutely loved it. And I have a few friends on Bookstagram who have read Hollow Heathens and absolutely love it. And I know the second book comes out this fall, I believe, as well. So I definitely want to read this one. This is the only one that would give me major Halloween spooky vibes. So I definitely wanted to read this one, and it's a little bit, I don't think it's fantasy, but I think there's a little bit of magic involved. I don't actually know, but I'm very excited to read that. Next one on my list is Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt. Again, this has been on my TBR for a long time. My friend Courtney has talked about this one so much. She absolutely loves this book. All I know is I believe it's a single dad, and then the female main character is a comedian. And I believe he is her agent, I think. Don't quote me on that. But I'm really excited to read this one. A lot of people who have read it have absolutely loved it. So definitely excited to get to that. Next up is In the Weeds by B.K. Borison. I read Love Light Farms last Christmas and absolutely loved it. So this is, I don't know if it's necessarily in the same series, but it follows characters that were in Love Light Farms. So I definitely want to read that. And Mixed Signals is the third one that just came out as well. So that's on my TBR as well. But just based on this cover alone, it gives me like fall vibes, so I figured it would be perfect for October. And then the last 5 books are all by the same author, which is Elsie Silver. Everyone has been talking about Elsie Silver for the last couple months. And again, she's another author I'm going to meet in May at the book signing. So I figured, why not read her books? Also, she's a Canadian author, which I love. So the first one is Flawless, which I actually started last night. It's October 2nd when I'm filming this. So I started it last night. I already love Summer and Rhett. I'm so excited. Fun fact, this story takes place in the city that I have lived and grew up in, but it also takes place just outside of it. But it seems really weird because there is a scene where Rhett lands at the airport and is driving downtown to meet his agent, who is Summer's dad. And the fact that I can like visualize him walking through the airport and to baggage claim and to the parking garage and getting his car and driving down our main like inner city highway road to get to downtown, like it's very strange to me, but I also love it at the same time. And I am meeting Elsie. The book signing that I'm going to is an hour away from here in the Rocky Mountains. So it just is like gonna be all full circle, and I'm so excited to read the rest of her books, but also just to meet her. So yeah, I started Flawless, which I'm super excited about. I guess I could technically add Heartless onto here, which comes out the middle of October, I think. Everyone is reading their arcs right now, and I've seen amazing things about that one. That wasn't on my list, but I guess I can kind of like tack it on really quick. So Flawless and Heartless by Elsie Silver. And then I also want to read her Gold Rush series. So the Gold Rush series has technically 5 books. There's a novella thrown in, which I don't have on my list because it's not on Kindle Unlimited from what I know. But the 4 main books are Off to the Races, Photo Finish, The Front Runner, and then A False Start. So I'm really excited to read those as well. They all kind of deal with horses, and for some reason horses and like mountains and farms just make me think of fall too. So it felt like it made sense to read those in October as well. I'm gonna throw a couple other ones kind of in here that weren't on my list because they're not gonna be Kindle Unlimiteds, but ones that I will probably end up buying and will want to read. Obviously, It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover comes out this month, so I absolutely want to read that. I believe Quarterback Sneak by Candy Steiner, so the 3rd one that kind of goes with Fair Catch and Blindside comes out. So if I finish those early enough, I may also read that one. So that is my Kindle Unlimited TBR with a couple extras thrown in there. Let me know down below what you are excited to read in October. What's your top book on your TBR? Or a book that you're super excited about being released in October. Let me know down in the comments. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss any future book content. And I will see you in my next video.